You said a key word there, Jennifer, waiting. It has been a waiting game. We were on air for nearly 5 hours yesterday, waiting to see if these indictments would be handed up. And sure, indeed, they were handed up late last night. And now there's another waiting game, except this time we do have a sort of a deadline. District Attorney Bonnie Willis says that all of the 19 charged have until next Friday, that's August 25th, by noon, to voluntarily turn themselves in. There are arrest warrants out. So when will they turn themselves in? We're going to keep an eye out for that. But what got us to this point? We actually thought, a lot of news media thought that these indictments were going to be handed down today. And what changed that up was yesterday, independent journalist George Cheedy, he was originally subpoenaed to speak today. He said, you know what, they want me to come in yesterday, on Monday, him as well as former Lieutenant Governor Jeff Duncan. So that put a light bulb in everybody's head that, hey, this thing could actually come down, and that's what we saw. So now the question is, what are the next steps? We're going to get things over to Rebecca Lindstrom to talk about that.
And you can take a look in pretty much any direction behind me and see the law enforcement presence. There has been a plan clearly for weeks to handle this very moment as it relates to security. But when we tried to talk with the sheriff's office today about really specific questions related to the next step, that being the details around these defendants actually turning themselves in, they didn't seem ready to answer our questions. So let's walk through what typically happens, starting with the indictment. Those are the criminal charges we got from the DA Monday night. The people named can now turn themselves in or wait to be arrested. In this case, the DA has given them until next Friday at noon to report for booking. In typical cases, that means a person is fingerprinted, a mugshot is taken, their belongings are put into an envelope until they leave. They fill out a basic medical questionnaire and answer questions about their ties to the community. That information gets used at their bond hearing or initial appearance. Now, Attorney Josh Schiffer says it is not a fast process.
It can take a minimum of 10, 12, 15 hours, very often 24 hours. It is indefensibly slow in Fulton County compared to basically any other county in Georgia.
Even after that, a judge has to determine if bond will be granted and the conditions. Some of the defendants may try to take care of this paperwork in advance. Attorneys for Donald Trump have done this in his other cases, but all of that is up to the DA and whether the office wants to strike those kinds of deals.
I believe there are going to be attempts to make this a very mixed bag. I don't know what the appetite is at the DA's office, and I suspect it's minimal. That may be different depending on some people. This is a way of showing favoritism.
The only indication we've received from Sheriff Labatt at this point in time is that about a week ago, he said he wasn't going to give any of these defendants special treatment. About 2 hours ago, though, we did talk with the attorney for Kenneth Chesbrough, one of the defendants. He says he has reached out to the DA's office to see if he can go ahead and negotiate that surrender. But so far, he also has not heard any word from the DA's office. Faith?
Rebecca, thanks so much for bringing us that update. And it's going to be interesting to see. I mean, we're talking about 19 people here, if they're actually going to be able to make it to that deadline or negotiate